I've worked as a night shift security guard for nearly 7 years. In that time, I've caught teenagers sneaking onto rooftops, a drunk trying to nap in a lobby fountain, and once, a guy who tried to smuggle out 3 laptops in his pants. But nothing compares to what I saw last week. The building I work at is a 14-floor finance office in the city. After 10 p.m., it's a ghost town. Lights dim automatically, elevators shut down, and only the occasional cleaning crew passes through. I sit in a small control room in the basement, surrounded by monitors that show feeds from every camera in the building. It was Tuesday night when it started, 2:14 a.m. I remember the time exactly because I was about to log the usual no activity report when a flicker caught my eye. Camera 12. Second floor east hallway and an unused corridor that leads to a few old storage rooms. Someone was standing at the far end of the hallway. At first, I thought it was one of the janitors, but something felt off. The figure was completely still. No motion, no sweeping, just standing there, partially in shadow. The lighting in that hallway is bad, one bulb constantly flickers, but I could make out a man in a dark suit. Pale face. Very pale. Even from the grainy feed, I could see that he was smiling. Wide. Too wide. As I leaned in for a better look, the screen glitched for a second, just static in lines. When it cleared, the man was gone. I rewound the footage, frame by frame. There was no movement. One frame he was there, smiling straight at the camera. The next, nothing. No walking away, no fading out. Just gone. I checked the hallway in person, empty. All doors locked. I even radioed the janitors, but none of them had been on the second floor. The next night, same time, 2:14 a.m. I was ready. I had the monitor focused on camera 12, and sure enough, he was back. This time, he was closer. Standing right in front of the supply closet door, about 15 feet from the camera. That grin was still stretched across his face, like his skin was pulled too tight. His eyes were hollow, dark sockets, no blinking, no life. His suit looked the same, but the fabric seemed damp, like it had just come out of a swamp. No movement, no breathing, just watching. I didn't even wait. I hit the intercom to alert building security. They told me I was probably seeing things and to get some rest. I didn't sleep that day. Instead, I rewatched the footage again and again. The glitch pattern happened again. Every time he disappeared, the screen would flicker and cut to static for exactly 1.3 seconds. That's not normal. I tried printing a still image of the man to show my supervisor. The printer jammed 3 times. When it finally worked, the photo came out smeared, but his smile, that horrible, crooked smile, was still visible. The night after I tried printing his image, things got worse. I came in early to scan all the footage from the previous week, starting at 2:14 a.m. I wanted to know if I had missed something, maybe he had appeared before and I hadn't noticed. 4 or 5 nights in a row, nothing. Just empty halls and flickering lights. But on the 6th night, there he was. In camera 7. That's the parking garage on B2, 2 floors below the building. The thing is, there's no elevator access at that time of night. The gates lock at 11 p.m. No one gets in or out after that. He stood between 2 parked cars. Same black suit. Same smile. But this time, he was moving. It was slow, like he was being dragged forward by invisible strings. His arms stayed at his sides, stiff as boards. His head tilted slightly to the right. But what chilled me to the bone was the way he turned, not like a human. It was jerky, like a bad animation loop. And then he did something that made my heart stop. He looked up. Not at the camera. At me. Through the screen. I know how it sounds. I do. But the way his eyes locked on, like he knew I was sitting there, watching. Like he'd been waiting for me to notice. Then, static. Just like before, 3 seconds of noise, and he was gone. I stood up, panicked. I rushed into the garage, flashlight in hand, heart racing. I checked every corner, every car. Nothing, except one thing, a puddle of water under the camera. Thick, black water. It smelled rotten, like sewage and mold. I went back to the control room and replayed the footage. My hands were shaking. He appeared again the next night. Camera 4. Lobby. Now he was inside. The smiling man stood just beyond the revolving doors. But the timestamp was wrong, it said 2:13 a.m. 1 minute early. He was coming closer, minute by minute. I called the police. I didn't even care how crazy I sounded. When they arrived, I showed them the footage. But when we pulled up the file, it was gone. All of it. Every recording from the last week, deleted. The smiling man? Erased. They told me not to waste their time, said I could lose my job over false reports. That night, I stayed home. I didn't sleep. My hallway light kept flickering. At 2:14 a.m., my phone vibrated. I had a notification from my smart doorbell. Motion detected. My blood turned to ice. I opened the app. He was on my porch, smiling, eyes locked on mine. Same suit. Same black water dripping from his sleeves. I didn't open the door. I didn't move. I just stared. The video glitched for 3 seconds. Then, gone. I tried saving the footage. It failed. Tried screenshotting it. The image corrupted. Every trace of him, every frame, every moment, wiped like he was never there. Now I see him everywhere. Reflections in windows. In my TV when it's turned off. Once, in my bathroom mirror. Just standing behind me, smiling. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he wants. But every night, at exactly 2:14 a.m., something flickers. And I know, he's watching. Waiting. Getting closer. I left the city. Quit my job. I've gone fully analog now. No screens. No cameras. I burn any photo I take. No mirrors. No reflections. Nothing that can be watched, or used to watch me. But I've realized something. The smiling man doesn't live in any building. He doesn't haunt one place. He haunts attention. The moment you notice him, the moment your eyes meet his, even through a screen, he's in. And he never stops watching.